Have you ever bought a bag of candy and opened it to realize that there isn't really much in there? And you could swear there was more candy in these bags a few years ago. This could be because of something called shrinkflation. Shrinkflation is when a product gets smaller or has less content, but its price stays the same. You might notice it more in food or drink products. Shrinkflation can happen when the cost of making a product rises. For example, when raw materials become more expensive or when companies have to pay their workers more. So, when the cost of making the product rises, the price of the product usually goes up too. But companies fear that customers might not buy their stuff anymore if it gets too expensive, so instead of boosting prices, they do something that's less obvious. They make the product smaller or use less of it. This way, companies can still make money even when the cost of making the product goes up. This isn't the only sneaky way companies try to cut costs. There's also something called skimpflation. That's when companies swap out ingredients in their products for cheaper ones. They do it without lowering the price and often without telling customers, so it can be even harder to spot. Check out these two lists of ingredients for Quaker Dips bars. Can you spot what's different? Take a second to look. The box for these older bars says they're made with milk chocolate, which includes sugar and cocoa butter. But the coating on the newer bars was made with palm oil, which is cheaper. Products need to use cocoa butter, not vegetable oil, and have a certain amount of cocoa in them to be considered chocolate. And it looks like that one didn't make the cut. That's why the ingredients say chocolate tea coating instead of just chocolate. A food researcher and professor told us, if you don't want to get tricked by shrinkflation and skimpflation, look closer at food packaging or read the labels. Maybe you'll notice if they change over time. That's all for now. For CBC Kids News, I'm Aubrie Chan.